everyone, welcome you back in my geography class. I hope all of you are doing well. So today what we are going to start new. Today we are going to discuss about the components of a map from the chapter map of class 6. In the previous videos, we have already discussed about the map, the definition of map, and also about the different types of map. Now, we will get to know about the different components of map, which are a very important part of a map. And also, we will get to know distance as an important component of map. So, let's get started. Let us know about the components of map. Which are the components of a map? The components of a map. When you will look at the map, you will notice these three components. In every map, these three components are always there. A map is quite not complete without these three components. What are these components? Number one, distance. Number two, direction. And number three, symbols. So these three are the major components of a map. In a map, we will notice distance, we will notice direction, and we will also notice symbols, and this completes the map. Today in this video, we will discuss about distance, which is a component of a map in details. Now let us know that how in a map the distance between two places are shown. So let us know about the distance, which is a component of a map. So today we will know about distance, that is a component of a map. Now, what do you mean by distance? There are two places, A and B. Now, what do you mean by distance? The space between A and B, or how far is A from B or B from A, is termed as distance between two places. Now, this distance can be measured in kilometers, it can be in meters, it can be in miles. Now, to understand that how do we show the distance between places on a map, let us recapitulate the definition of a map. What is a map? I hope all of you remember that a map is a two-dimensional representation or drawing of the whole earth or a part of it which is drawn on a flat sheet of paper according to scale. In other terms, we can also say that maps are drawings which reduce the entire world to fit on a piece of paper. So we can also say that maps are drawings which reduce the entire wall so that it can fit on a piece of paper. That means suppose there are two places, A and B, and the actual distance on the ground between these two places is 100 kilometers. There is another place, C, and the distance between A and C is 200 kilometers. Now when I am going to represent this actual distance on a piece of paper, that means when I am going to draw a map and I will represent this actual distance on this sheet of paper where the space is limited. How I am going to show 100 kilometers? I cannot draw the 100 kilometers. That is the actual distance between two places. Then how I will show it on the map? On the map, the gap between A and B will be shown with 1 centimeter. That means from A and B, or the distance from A and B is shown with the help of 1 centimeter. Then the distance between A and C will be 2 centimeter. I can show the distance between A and B, or the gap between A and B, as 2 centimeter. Then the gap between A and C will be 4 centimeter. That means I need to maintain the ratio as whatever distance it may be, 100, 200, 300, but we need to maintain the ratio so that we can easily calculate the distance between any two places, that means from A to B or B to C on the map. It will be easy to identify with the help of the map the distance between A to B and B to C. That is the real distance can be identified with the help of this gap that is shown as 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter. That is why when maps are drawn, they are drawn with great precision. Why? Because what we are doing, we are reducing the size of a country, or we are reducing the size of the entire wall, and there are so many places. The distance between the places should also be reduced in a proper ratio so that actual distance on the ground can be well represented on the map. So here the actual distance on the ground is well represented on the map with the help of 1 centimeter, or it can be 2 centimeter, then it will be 4 centimeter. The ratio need to be maintained. So what we can say, that it is possible, that means it is possible that the distance between the places is real. How it is possible? It is possible when a small distance on a map represents a large distance on the ground. That means a small distance on the map represents a large distance on the ground, and this is referred as the scale of a map. Now, let us know what do you mean by scale. So, let us know the definition of a scale. What do you mean by the scale of a map? It is the ratio between the actual distance on the ground and distance shown on the map. For example, the distance between your house and school is 10 kilometers. That means the actual distance between your house and school on the ground is 10 kilometers. This is the real distance. Now, if I have to show this on a map, I have to draw a map and I have to show the distance between your house and school. How we will do it? Suppose I'm drawing a map. Then I will show the distance between the house and the school with 2 centimeters. So the distance of 10 kilometers, the actual distance on the ground between the house and school is 10 kilometers. And when I'm drawing it on the map, I'm showing the distance on the map. I'm showing the distance between house and school with 2 centimeters. That means 2 centimeters on the map shows 10 kilometers on the ground. Then we can say 1 centimeter on the map shows 5 kilometers on the ground. That means with every centimeter on the map, it is showing 5 kilometers on the ground. So, this is 0, this is 1 centimeter, this is 5 kilometers, 2 centimeter, 10 kilometers, 3 centimeter, 15 kilometers. So with each centimeter, it is representing or it is showing 5 kilometer on the ground. So that means if you know the scale, then you can calculate the distance between the places on a map. For example, if the scale is 1 centimeter equals to 100 kilometer, and on the map the distance between A and B, as we are just putting a scale and measuring, it is coming 2.5 centimeter. Then it should be 2.5 centimeter means 250 kilometer. So if we know the scale, we can calculate the distance between any places on a map. We can get to know the actual distance between A and B with the help of a scale. So scale is a very important component of a map. When you will look at the map, you will see that in one map, the scale is shown 1 centimeter equals to 100 kilometer. In some other map, the scale is shown as 1:10,000, or it can be shown in this way. So let us know about these 3 different types of scale. What are they called that we can see on a map? So on the maps, we can see different types of scale. Let us see that which are the different types of scale that we can see on a map. Number 1, the verbal scale. You will notice that either below the map or at the top of the map, it is written 1 centimeter equals to 100 kilometer. This is the scale of a map. Or it can be also written that 1 centimeter on the map shows 100 kilometer on the ground. This is referred as a verbal scale. Now, we can also see a representative scale. What is representative scale? On a map, we will see it is written 1:10,000. This is referred as the representative scale. We can also have a linear scale, which you can notice in many maps. What is a linear scale? This is referred as a linear scale. We can see this type of scale on the map, which is 0, this is 5, this is 10, 15 and 20. You can see this kind of scale on a map, and this is called a linear scale. So when you will look at a map, you will see either a verbal scale or a representative scale or a linear scale. And there are some maps which are drawn without scale, and they mention that the map is drawn without any scale. So they write on no scale. So that is a map where they have not used any scale so that they can show the distance between the places. Now on the basis of scale, there can be 2 types of maps. Let us know about those 2 types of maps. So on the basis of scale, there can be 2 types of maps. Number 1, the small scale maps. Now, suppose if I have to show a larger area, that means countries or a particular continent or the whole world. Then we use smaller scales because we are drawing the countries, continents or the whole world on a small piece of paper. So when we are drawing them on a small piece of paper, we need to accommodate all of them together. And at that time, we need to use smaller scales, and we call this map as a small scale map. So what is a small scale map? When larger areas like countries, continents are drawn on a piece of paper, smaller scales are used. So when larger areas like countries, continents are drawn on a piece of paper, smaller scales are used, and we call this as the small scale maps. For example, 5 centimeter on the map shows 500 kilometer on the ground. So to show a larger area, we use small scales to represent the larger areas, and we call them as a small scale map. The other types of map based on scale are the large scale maps. Now what are large scale maps? Suppose we have to draw a smaller area, a city or a town or a village. In that case, what we do? We use a larger scale. To show or to draw smaller areas such as a city, such as a village or a town, we use smaller scales so that we can show more detailed information about that place, about that city, about that town, about that village, and we call it as a large scale map. So what is a large scale map? For example, I have to draw a map of my village. I will use a large scale to show detailed information of the place. And this is referred as a large scale map. So what is a large scale map? When the smaller areas like village or town are drawn on a piece of paper, larger scales are used, and these maps are called large scale maps. For example, 5 centimeter on the map shows 500 meters on the ground. This is referred as a large scale map. Large scale maps provide detailed information, and small scale map provide less detailed information. So if it is asked that which map shows detailed information, the large scale maps shows detailed information. So what are small scale maps? That when larger areas like countries, continents are drawn on a piece of paper, smaller scales are used, and these are called the small scale map. For example, 5 centimeter on the map shows 500 kilometer on the ground, and when we draw smaller areas like village or town on a piece of paper, we use larger scales, and these maps are called large scale maps. For example, 5 centimeter on the map shows 500 meter on the ground. Large scale map shows detailed information, whereas a small scale map shows less detailed information than the large scale map. I hope all of you understood what we have discussed in today's video. So what we have learned today, we have learned about distance, that is an important component of a map. We have learned that how with the help of a scale we show distance between two places on a map. If we know the scale of a map, we can calculate the distance between two places on a map. We also came to know about the types of scale that we can see on a map: the verbal scale, the representative scale, and the linear scale. Also, we came to know about two types of map on the basis of scale, that are small scale maps and the large scale maps. I hope it is very much clear to all of you. Now what you will do, you will read your books, you will read in between the lines, and also you can follow the PDF that has been provided in the description box for your better understanding. If you like my video and if you think this is worth watching, do share it with your friends and do hit the like button. If you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe to my channel and do hit the bell icon to get the further notifications on my upcoming videos. Till then, stay tuned. I will be back soon with a new video and a new topic. Take care and stay safe. Thank you.